All right, now we're live. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to everyone who's already in the chat. I almost said it's Saturday. I'm ahead of myself. It's Friday night, and we have friends. Today we are joined by Donnie of Tarot's Apprentice and Tony of Shining Hawk Healing. Adrian was not able to join this time, but that's okay. We'll catch her again very, very soon. And before we begin, the usual, what do you guys have going on your channel? He's a head shaking.
Yeah.
Nothing on purpose. Nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing for the next few months. So no. Nothing.
It's not always a bad thing. Get a little bit of rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really got to pull back. I know.
Mercury bored me out. I'm sorry. I can't anymore with human beings, and so I know if it ain't y'all, I don't want to see nobody else. I know. Humans get on my nerves. They really did this whole month. And I'm like,
what is that? What is that?
Retrograde is over today. Well, it went direct today, but
was that today?
Yes.
Oh, hallelujah.
I noticed now they said, of course, there's like shadow periods, and I noticed a big difference today. So
I know I do. This week, it was just at the end of the whole retrograde thing. I felt like I was free to start doing things again because you're under this dark cloud. It feels like, and everything is like all the electronics were going crazy, and people were going crazy.
Yesterday, I walked to the store and I take my music with me, all that. Put the earphones in, and like I swear, if my eardrums didn't bleed, it was a miracle because it was so loud. And I had everything on mute. I turned the sound down because when you get that reaction, you went and turn the sound down. It wouldn't go down. I'm like, what the hell's happening right now? And it's on zero, and it's just blaring. Like, I'm like, what's happening? I took the things out, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I literally went every setting and turned volume down on the ringtone, on the notification, on the sound, everything. Restarted the phone, worked just fine. I'm like, what is happening? Will you please stop?
I don't know. The first part of the retrograde for me, it was fine. I was like, oh, I can get through this unscathed. And then no, because I had a package that was like 2 days late, and then another package that was 2 weeks late that I finally got. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, it was just annoying. It was just like a case of and they say you're not supposed to fill out documents and stuff, but sometimes adult life just doesn't wait. Like I had to redo our insurance or whatever because it was up. Oh. And the first time there was a complication, and they're like, "Oh, you got to come back in a couple days or whatever." And then the second time, it worked perfectly fine. Everything was great, and the rate was cheaper. So I have no idea I'm not complaining about that at all, but that retrograde has been really weird.
You got to do everything twice, Gemini.
Yeah.
I know, it had me second guessing everything and just going back and just it's like I had OCD. I had to go back and touch things and make sure that everything's in the right place. Everything's in the right place.
I know. I got to go back through all my Reiki notes that I've done in the last couple weeks and make sure that stuff is there properly. I've kind of purposely been putting it off. So.
But good news though, product plug.
Hey.
The Morning Sky Oracles, they all arrived. I tell you, yours and Lori sent me something, and another viewer sent me something from Hawaii. Those are the only 3 things that arrived on time. Everything else was late or reshipped to elsewhere. Wow. So yes, I got it.
Yay.
I got all of them on time.
Are they available now for regular order, or is it still pre-order?
No, everything is on regular order now. I've actually sold out the first order, and I'm almost sold out of the second order.
I'm going to have to hurry up then.
Yeah, so I had to make another order that won't be in until July. So order it today, Sienna, because
As soon as we're done our stream tonight, you know what I'm doing.
Because oh my gosh, I thank you guys for buying the deck. It's just I'm so grateful. It's just better than I even dreamed it would be. It just feels really great. And Johnny, thank you so much for all of your support. I watch your videos every morning with the cards, and it's just like, oh my God, those are cards that I made.
How long did they take to make?
Well, the thing about it is like through the whole pandemic shutdown and everything, I was working on them without really knowing that I was. So I had all of the artwork done already and all of the photographs done already. And it was just all about just choosing which ones that I wanted to use. So that took about 3 months or two to 3 months to get through all of that and get the printing and all of that stuff and decide on the packaging and stuff. So it's just...
That's nice and quick. That's a lot faster than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Now, can you talk about, because Lena, did she mention it to us or did she mentioned it on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let y'all handle that then. I can't remember if she mentioned it to us or did she mention it to YouTube. Okay, never mind then. I know she mentioned it to us. Okay. Cats at the back.
I know. I wasn't going to say anything until she officially said something. So
She said something to me.
I've been helping her with a project this deck, but that's all. I think that's okay to say because it is like done. We just have to wait for.
Yes, that much she has mentioned because I heard her say it. But
okay, good. Okay.
She didn't say what it was yet, so okay, never mind.
Well,
you guys letting the cat out of the bag before the bag is open.
But then again, if you look on Amazon and you type in Lena Rodriguez, you will find it.
Wow.
It's already been listed on Amazon. Okay. And I think Barnes & Noble as well, because I found it on there. I was searching up the link for my coloring book, and I found the thing on there. So
now, did you self? Let's get to the questions. I can talk about this later.
And 30 Days of Positive Thinking product plug.
Yes. This is my coloring book. I published it 4 years ago. This is 30 Days of Positive Thinking. Each page, now this is the version that I've colored in, of course, but each page has, sorry, you can't really see it. I'll show you a good one, though, that's been colored in. Okay. Each page has a positive affirmation or like a feeling, nice thought, something to think on as a color. And now that it's summertime, it doubles as a fan. Oh my God, it's been so hot.
But, actually, I'm gonna buy another one. I thought about it today actually because I was cleaning the bookshelf and I bought the coloring book, but I don't want to color in it because I don't want to mess it up. Like, you know what? Let me actually buy another one. That way I can purposely.
That way you can color in it.
Yes. Because I want that one pristine.
Send it to Santa and autograph it for you.
What I did when I taught daycare was I would photocopy a page from the book. I'd photocopy certain pages, and I had a master copy in my classroom, and I think I gave it to one of my friends that I worked with when I left, but
I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to buy another one. That way you got 2 sales instead of 1.
There you go.
Oh, Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And okay, so kind of in the same sort of on topic with talking about decks and stuff, I know I've had a lot of people ask me this, and I assume that you guys have been asked this as well by clients and viewers. Do you find it easy or hard to read on yourself? And that could be tarot, that could be oracle, whatever. Do you find it easy or hard to read on yourself, and why?
I find it easy because when I do my readings, I can detach, which doesn't make me much of an empath, but I don't really want to be either because I kind of want to be King of Swords. I want to be sterile. I want to say what I need to say, and you go on about your business. Not in a mean way, but the information is yours because you're one getting the reading. So here you go. So it's kind of the same when I read for myself. And for those who have ever seen me do it live, I guess you could say, I always say you, like I'm talking to somebody else. It's like, okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to do this. You need to do that. I'm talking to myself, basically. So I can detach and something else steps in and you basically channel the message. Now, if I'm emotional, that's when the human part moves in the way and you can't see past it because it's fuzzy static energy. So it's hard to get past, like with this thing. And I told that story 800 times when I was trying to find where my screen went. And I'm like, some son of a bitch stole my screen. Not really. And because I kept pulling until I got the 7 of Swords. And I'm like, see, there it is. No, sir, you just found that card and you did 100 readings until it popped up. And so 7 of Swords, even though, is also a strategy. And so it popped up for a reason even then. It didn't accompany like the devil or nothing. It was saying, okay, search for your options, strategize. And I found it once I calmed down. So it's hard to read if you're emotional. If you are emotionally attached to the situation, it's going to be difficult. If you can detach, then it should be fine.
Yeah, I ditto. Ditto. I can pull 1 or 2 cards for myself and sort of, remain detached from the outcome. But if I go into a full reading, my mind goes in so many different places. I can't really focus on what the message is because it's all, like Johnny said, it's all clouded with my emotions and all that stuff. So I don't find it that calming to read for myself, especially if I'm in upset. It's worse. It gets worse.
That's what I find too. Like, if I can't read on stuff while I'm still emotional about it. Lord knows I will try. I'll do it anyway. But it doesn't mean that, like, sometimes I get nervous. Well, am I interpreting this the right way? For some reason, when I read for clients, it's like boom, boom, boom. This card means this in this context. This means this. This means, this is your message. But for myself, it's like my brain goes, yeah, but 7 of Swords could mean this. It could mean this. It could mean this. Which one does it mean? And I'm ignoring what my intuition is telling me. But what I do find easy is like, for example, okay, I was thinking of applying at a place part-time. And so I threw some cards on it. And it had the reading had nothing to do with me being there, but I just drew cards on like, what was the energy of the place like? I guess I shouldn't say it had nothing to do with me being there because I did ask how would I like it. And the answers came out pretty clear. So I guess maybe I was a little bit more detached. I think I have a very similar view to you guys on that one. It's so hard to do it when you're emotional.
This is what we fear. We fear this card when we're doing readings for ourselves. It's like this card is the one card we don't want to see.
No, I don't mind that one at
you
all.
Don't?
No.
I'm actually working on...
Sudden change is fine for me. What I don't want to see is 5 of Cups because that means I went down a road and then regretted it. It's like... because now I have to go all the way backtrack, fix something, and then start over again. And so that annoys me more so than makes me sad. But the Tower, you go right ahead, blow up whatever you want to. I'll roll with the punches, but don't make me regret something.
I'm actually working on a video. I'm still working on the notes for it right now, but why the Tower and some other cards like that are not actually so bad, or like what they really mean. And how it's not always as scary as you think it is.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. I like
yeah, I'm still working on it. I have no idea when it's going to be ready to upload, but soon.
What about this card? We really love to see this.
That one's on there too. That one's in there too. Yeah.
I don't mind that one either, because that's the mirror that lets me know who you are now. Because you betrayed me and I didn't see it, but now I do. So now I know what to look for next time.
See, we need Johnny to redefine all of these horrible cards, and then we can all feel better, like Johnny does.
Because they all have like the 5 of Cups, though, is perspective. Even though I don't want to regret something, It's not. You didn't die. Okay, calm down,
True.
Susie, and keep it moving. It's not-
You didn't lose everything, according
Yeah.
to that one.
And like 3 of Swords and 5 of Cups, if you can cry, you can breathe. So keep it moving.
If you can cry, you can breathe. Keep it moving.
I like that. I like that.
I love it. What about this card, Johnny? What's this one? What's the
That's
positive
good
spin on
too.
this?
I mean, well, it could be because you're not just abandoning or walking away from something. You're finding something else to do. There's
You
something
could be
better.
going towards something better.
Yes.
I always found that one was like kind of bittersweet, like it's kind of sad, but it's kind of hopeful.
And this one I find is hilarious.
That one's gonna be in my video too. The art every time, like I pull this one for usually my regular clients, they get it now. It's not usually that bad, but it's really jarring for people who've never seen that one before. They're like, "Oh my god!"
You did
Because that was worse than the tower to me.
This one, because
that one is scarier looking than the death card too.
So if you have the strength to put all those knives in your own back, then you got the strength to take them all out.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to quote your "If you can cry, you can breathe." I'm gonna have to quote you.
I got it's in the deck actually that I have.
I'm gonna write this down.
If Johnny will ever sell his deck, you won't have to write it down. Come on, Johnny.
That's in somebody else's deck. I bought it too. It's a little. It's got like little sayings on each card, and I think the 5 of Cups is "If you can cry, you can breathe." I added the "keep it moving" part.
I like that part.
I'll say I'll quote you, and it's from a deck. So this one is a little bit. Now we're getting a little bit off topic, but this is okay. So more mummies have been found in Egypt. I almost said new mummies, but the fact that they're mummies, they're not new. So more of them have been found in Egypt. That's really cool. This is kind of a two-parter question. So first thing, who were these people? And second thing, how are they just being found now?
Because humans are nosy.
Well, we've been over all that area with a fine-tooth comb, and these guys were just sitting there. How is that possible?
I mean, but we think we've discovered everything because we know where everything is. But things that are buried, things that are in the ocean, under mountains, we don't know where half this. We don't know.
That's true.
But I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna find it because we're nosy.
Oh.
And whoever's ready can just go first. Oh, that's an interesting.
Get a bunch of men, one woman. There's someone here who either was a builder, I wouldn't say builder, person who built things. There was also like a general or somebody who strategized and attacked, that type of thing. Was that the emperor?
No, it's this the knife.
Chariot.
Oh, chariot.
Then there is some like patriarch. Like he's not necessarily their leader, but he's like not a wise man either, but he's someone that they looked up to.
I kind of got that vibe too with my hermit.
Mm-hmm. There's some more like soldier type energy here. 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and then this woman here. She is like a songstress or someone who was artistic in a way. That's not her main gift because the Queen of Swords is not really known for art, but she's an older woman and she's more of an artistic type. So I don't know if she created things or created things for them or something like that, but that's what I get.
Yeah, I get the chariot and fertility. Well, it's hard to see this. So yeah, I think it's like they went out and they took this piece of land or whatever, and they had their I don't know, something happened. There was a sacrifice that had to be made. The head guy, who was there for their foundation and their success. They followed his words. They followed him because he made them prosperous. And then something happened where they were cut off in some way. I don't know what that means. They had spiritual strength, though. Is this the pyramid where they were buried? This is the guy. I don't know. This is weird.
How many were found?
God, I
can't remember.
Did you say there was like some one woman, Johnny,
and some men, but I don't know how many. But I'll say 5.
Yeah.
Because that's what I picked up on, but I don't know if it's 5 they found or if it's 5 that's just there. But I get 5.
Who knows? There could be more.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure there's more because they had to put them somewhere.
That's true.
How does that happen?
Yeah. I pulled 3. One of them was like a priest type with this Hierophant, some very important spiritual type of person. So that's why I'm thinking a priest. And that's kind of the energy I'm feeling too, is priest. And then this hermit, some kind of guru. I don't know if guru is the right word, but that's the energy I'm feeling. It was like somebody that was very wise that may not have, I don't know. I don't think they were linked to this like priest character though. I think they were kind of their own, I would say their own entity, kind of on their own path. But they did have some followers that I guess whatever this person was teaching really resonated. I really feel like they had some followers. And then with this 10 of Cups, I don't know why I get the word nobility with cups, because I was expecting that's more of a Pentacles thing. But there's some kind of like really influential family. So there could definitely be more. Like some of the mummies, they could have been family members, and maybe some were, some weren't. But there's definitely something about like a rich or influential, like important family, and that word nobility came in. So maybe whatever their equivalent was in ancient Egypt. And then why is this stuff just being found now? I have the High Priestess because we still have to have some mystery in life. We still have to have some kind of mystery in our world. Not everything is going to be found about the past, like in the present. There's always going to be stuff that's going to keep turning up and keep turning up. And in the, thousands of years from now, they're going to think they know everything about us, but they're still going to have stuff turn up and unanswered questions. Somebody had enough funding to go look around.
That's what I got.
And I think they went in with, like, they had the plan to go in and excavate and look, but I don't think they expected to find very much. And then all of a sudden there's these mummies. Or I'm not sure what they expected to find. I don't think they expected to find that many though, because this is like small thinking, small plan. But yeah, somebody had the funding to go and look, so they did that.
There's a story too on the Page of Wands, because there's pyramids in the back, that your second life starts in the pyramid, and that's what the Page of Wands tries to go discover, because he's a discoverer too, like the king, like the Knight of Wands. And so that Page of Wands goes to try to discover the second part of life called Ka, K-A, inside of the pyramids. So it makes sense now.
I didn't even know that. That's fascinating. You're on mute, Tony, I think.
The dogs are barking. So you see the pyramids in the back, guys?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Those are the pyramids.
I didn't even think about those.
They're in every card except the King of Wands.
Right.
They're in every card, every court card, the Page, the Knight, and the Queen. And that's where he goes to try to make his discoveries.
Oh, yours are shiny.
They are. Somebody sent them to me.
They're shiny.
I've seen somebody else with them. I'm like, and also Sierra's using a deck I don't have. So there you go.
I think there's some pyramids in the back of this card as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, way back there.
Way in the back.
Yeah. Wow.
Stay out of people's tombs. Let me just say that as a public service announcement, please and thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, but like that's someone's grave. That just seems really weird when you think about it.
And then leave.
No, because now we have to dig it up. We have to put it in a museum. We have to charge for it, and so that we can pay for the excavation of it all. I swear it's probably attached to a past life or something, but it gnaws at me that I'm just taking stuff out of those. I can't. Anyway.
Like, I would be scared about one of them. Like, what if they said a curse or something? You know, like they on all the movies, they're like that.
The curse of the mummy.
You disturb the tomb, there's the curse.
It's like that stuff is not yours. It just go take pictures or something, but keep it moving.
But it is. They found it. I found it. It's mine.
Yeah,
and they think that person's not going to need it.
Exactly. The Christopher Columbus found America that was already here and already had people and already had this.
I know y'all found it first, but I found it second. So
and you know what?
But I found it better
all of y'all because now, so you can't tell anybody that I didn't really find what I was looking for.
I wonder if that'll work today. Maybe I can go to the palace and say, "Hey, I found it 947. So can I have it now?" Okay. Next question. I'm done.
What I'm thinking is like I like the idea of taking pictures and maybe protecting the site, but
yes.
Yeah.
We don't have to basically steal from dead people.
And then
That
take it
just
on
feels really
tour like
weird.
it's the Smashing Pumpkins or something. Like, leave the stuff alone. Anyway.
So moving from, some people will actually make a connection here, but I was going to say moving from like ancient Egypt to now aliens.
Weren't they aliens? Egyptians?
They think the aliens, some say that the aliens helped with, what was it, building the pyramids or building whatever. Maybe, but I don't know. That's not what we're asking though. One of the awesome questions that you had suggested for the stream, Tony, was if aliens exist, what plane or density do they exist on? And what do the cards say that aliens think of us? And I'm sure aliens, they're probably a lot like us where different opinions on humanity. But that's it. I thought that was a really good one. What do the cards say aliens think of us? And what density or what plane of existence do they live on? Interesting. I got a good answer to the second part of the question, but I do not know what my cards are saying for this first part. I think, I shouldn't say I don't know. I know what first came to mind, but I want to know what you guys think. What you guys have first.
Do we know what the frequency for the heart chakra is? I can't even pull it up right now. Let me just look at it.
I don't know, but that's what I pulled too, as far as where they are. I get heart sound and sage. Now I can't do this with the tarot. I have tried 1,000 times, but they won't read on aliens for me at all. And as far as what they think that we are progressing, so I got purpose, patience, and planning. We are progressing. We are making our civilization. And as far as where, they don't know because this is not something we've defined before. I guess not just me, maybe my guide too is limited by our earthly understanding, and maybe she has not existed elsewhere. And so I don't know where they are. We haven't defined. That's a word. We haven't, I don't know. There's no definition to where they would exist, I suppose.
So I think that I would say that they, because it's just like you hear about, the aliens are going to we're going to be talking more and more about aliens. They're going to make themselves known to us, but it just feels the cards are saying they're here on in our density, on our vibrational level, or either that or they slow their vibration down or speed it up in order to catch up with us. We have this fear. And we're very attached to that fear of aliens. So it's something that they are very cognizant of if they exist at all. Because I don't know. But this is saying that we are attached to that perception that anything that's from outer space is going to look like this. It keeps us guessing and confused about what's real, what's not real. But there are plans. There's something in the works to, bring it all out into the open. So I didn't know, but the cards seem to think that they're here in our vibrational sphere.
I like that, though. There's something really interesting about that. I was confused because I don't think the swords matter. I was thinking more of the numbers. I just got intuitively that there are beings on multiple dimensions from the 2nd through the 9th density, that they're kind of everywhere. And so that makes sense that there are some on our density as well. Oh, and Lucky Girl in the chat says, Tony, that the heart chakra's frequency is 128 hertz, apparently. I'm not sure where that information comes from, but I'm going to have to look into that.
Oh, every chakra has its own hertz rates. I can't even talk today. Every chakra has its own vibrational. I can't speak. Megahertz. Resonance. There you go.
I have it in my Reiki notes that everyone's body has its own biomagnetic field, which can be measured and stuff like that. But I should put that in my notes about the chakras specifically.
Yeah. And every chakra has its own note, musical note. Yes. And so that's why the tuning forks are very good.
Oh, and then Lucky Girl says, no, it's wrong. It's 639 hertz.
Oh.
647, so I didn't say nothing.
It's though.
That's fun.
I pulled some cards for what the aliens think of us. I have 9 of Pentacles. They see that we're very comfortable in our material life. We're very comfortable with our material possessions. And that now this doesn't apply to all people, but for the most part, humanity is comforted by things. We feel just very safe and comfortable with our things around us. But they see that we're always trying to make progress and we're always trying to move forward, trying to advance our technology, advance our civilization, things like that. They see that. They see that we're kind of isolated. And I was hearing from the galactic community. That's getting a little bit far out for me, but that's okay. But that we're becoming more and more aware of our place, almost like our place in the universe. They admire the way that we're able to pick up on things like astrology and Well, okay, and not just spiritual, but the scientific, the astronomy. They think it's really cool how we're able to measure the distance between planets and stars and whatever without even having to go there and hold a meter stick, you know? We're kind of weird to them. It's almost like they want us to step away from being comforted by the material things, and maybe that will help us not to be so separate or something from the galactic community. I don't know. It was getting into weird stuff.
I think that we are so violent as a people that we may not be, you know, like, it's not like Disneyland. They're not coming here to
You know, I thought about that too. And because we're animals like the rest of the world. And so I don't think, yes, we're violent because we have inventive ways to hurt each other. But animals do too. And they hit and scratch and bite just because I was watching a thing where a lion killed the cheetah and just walked off because I don't want another hunter in my territory. And so they don't have court and police, so that all they can do is just murder.
Neither do we anymore.
You know, and so but I think that resonates with us in being so stuck to our material, we forgot our instincts. You know, we all have a gut instinct, and that tells us when danger is approaching and all that type of stuff. But like we talked about before, we can't sense storms like birds can, and all animals pretty much can. Now we can know when it's raining if our knees hurt, but you know,
my dad has a titanium knee, and it always hurts before like a storm.
But that's more science. That's barometric pressure, and you know, we're down here, so it hurts us too. But you know, I don't know. We'll get it one day, I suppose. But we're the only thing on Earth that looks like this, and so anything flying by would be interested in what's going on with all this, especially since we got cities and roads and bridges and cars and complex lives instead of just building nests.
It must look like ants, right? From up there or in another planet. We must look at those ants that are overrunning the planet.
Build the thing. Dig the tunnels.
But there's something way different about us because, you know, we're mediums and psychics and all this type of stuff. So there's more than just the fleshy thing walking around. We're connected to a whole thing we can't see, and so there's a magicalness, if that's a word it is now, to humans.
Magicalness.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's a good thing, I think. We're awesome sometimes.
The retrograde is over because Johnny is so much more positive.
Yes. I am. Well, that's release.
Oh my gosh. We have some very dedicated members of the chat they're still working out the frequency of the heart chakra. My assumption here is that the chakras have kind of a range. Does that sound?
Because if you can find videos on YouTube and just play them for the resonance sound for your whatever chakra.
Yeah.
And so if you go on YouTube and just do heart resonance or heart chakra, and they have a lot of them actually. So you'll find one. It'll be the hertz you need. Whatever it is. Just listen to it.
Where you need to go.
But I don't know. I felt like I needed to bring that up because everyone in the chat is still trying to figure it out.
Doesn't it? Because sound is not.
Because you know it starts to change
like a wave.
Yeah, like a wave. It starts to change when you get closer to another chakra, and so everything goes like that.
Because even a Tibetan bowl, when you hit it, it reverberates, but the sound doesn't stay at one tone or one note. It fluctuates, and so maybe the same thing. Maybe the heart chakra doesn't have one. It goes in and out, up and down type thing.
That makes a little more sense. Energy is generally more fluid than it is, you know.
Yeah, but
whatever.
Like when you're singing and you're doing the scales, and in between you have flats and sharps and all that. But when you hit that one point, that true point, that, then you sweet spot, then you get that true sound and that true vibration. So I don't know if I can explain it any better than that.
Mhm.
I think that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
But our next thing is not really about aliens, but another really, really good question from you, Tony, that I didn't even think of asking. And then as soon as I read it, I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. So will there ever be another Renaissance era where the arts and sciences are prioritized more? And it seems, I don't know, I wasn't around back during the first Renaissance, but it seemed like humanity as a whole seemed to like jump forward with progress, artistic and scientific and technical and medical progress. So I want to know if that's going to happen again. Or something I was thinking of, is it happening now and it's just something we'll get in hindsight?
I just pulled 2 cards. I think that they say it all. Yes, when things get to be too much, breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. So once we get into the breakthrough phase, then we will see the rise of the arts and sciences again, hopefully, because we do have to make that leap. We're supposedly in that leap right now, but it's very dark. It's very dark. We're walking in a dark path right now. So hopefully this will happen very soon.
Look at yes, absolutely. There's the 6 of Pentacles, the Star, that's the same one. 6 of Wands as well. The 10 of Cups, 7 of Swords. We will find a way to be creative. We will find a way to, even this finds a way to be creative by sneaking in. So we will find a way to be creative. It will come as a community. So we will see a lot more of this type of thing. I don't know if there will be like more fairs and more, but this is like worldwide. So this is going to be a very big thing, a very big deal actually too. I know it's like speaking for here in the States, you'll see it in the majority of states going from coast to coast type thing to where, they having their arts exhibition and it's in a big park type thing because this is the Happy Harmony. So nobody's charging any money for nothing except maybe the art itself, but you can come and view for free type thing. A lot of people will be highlighted in this. And so we will not just have just the Renaissance, but we will have the people being highlighted in it as well. And this will go on for quite some time. Here with the Hope and the Star, the Inspiration card. And so, yeah, we will see a lot of this. A lot of things will spring from it too, maybe even new businesses. So, yes, it's part of history, so it repeats. So this is coming back around too. Not just the bad crap, but the good crap too.
It's kind of reassuring that the good stuff comes back around too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because remember, like just recently, not recently, but a few years back, they started taking a lot of art classes and things out of the schools because of money.
When I was in high school, they cut the art program first.
Yes,
they do.
And
that.
art was the only thing that kept me sane in those years.
Mine too, and mind you, because sports makes money, art doesn't. Because you can make money with the football games and the basketball games. Not even so much
fundraisers for them,
but the basketball and football are the big money makers for school projects, school student activities.
Yep.
Arts, not so much.
And then science, people don't want to hear about it anymore. They don't want to hear special.
They've done their own independent research on Facebook from the article that Aunt Susan posted.
Well, you need more scientists. That way, all you football players can get treated for your CTE. So you need more scientists. That's what you need, but
they don't want us to have science because that's critical thinking.
That's coming back too, though, because science had a surgence at one point too. That'll come back around too. And mind you, with all of the interest in space, what's this? Neil deGrasse Tyson. His book was #1 when it came out on New York Times bestseller and stayed there for a very long time, which means there was somebody out there consuming science books. And that was a good thing. That'll come back around too. We're not all bad.
No, and there's all kinds of science shows. There's that Cosmos series. There's all kinds.
And you can still Bill Nye the Science Guy on YouTube if you just want.
Yes, that was my childhood.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Remember he came out with a new show, Bill Nye, and then he started talking about tarot readers and stuff like that. He was like, oh, that stuff doesn't exist. I was like,
and I don't want them to believe it either. I want you to stick to facts. This is not factual until it happens. I can tell you the future, but until it happens, you don't know if I'm right or wrong. But until y'all find a way to find some mechanism to measure the spiritual realm, you stay out of this, I'll stay out of your way.
Don't try to tell me what to do.
You know what? And I also got a big yes. I have that. I mean, it is happening now, but that at present, it's kind of like a really slow stage. There will kind of be an explosion at some point in the future, though. People are just, it's like at this point, people are just trying to do the best they can. And it's almost like there's too many other material things to prioritize first. You know, some people got to prioritize not getting sick, for example, during this pandemic or whatever, or like prioritize the money to pay the bills and feed the kids and whatever. But there will be an explosion. That word explosion comes in so strong. And it will last, I don't know, with this 7 of Cups, I'm seeing this will last a while. And that in hindsight, I mean, we'll kind of know, we might not think of ourselves as in a renaissance right now. And something else I keep hearing is like a digital renaissance. So I guess, you know, that could be digital art. That could be just like with the sharing of information and neural networks, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff about AI and neural networks and whatever, and computers learning how to do things. It's meant to, it's gonna help each other, or we're gonna help each other. I'm getting something about collaboration. So hopefully that means more scientific collaborations, maybe with different nations or different groups of people or whatever. That might be really nice. And I'm also seeing like helping ourselves and each other to get through this like rough time. And I guess, well, maybe the last time around that the Renaissance happened, it was kind of right at the end of the Black Death, and everyone was suffering, or whatever they called, everyone was suffering, and they needed
the movies.
Yeah, they needed something, right, to sort of motivate people to keep going.
Okay. Tony in the Morning Sky Oracle, it's the pandemic brought about your creativity. It brought about a lot of people's creativity because they didn't have nothing else to do. Like, with less and less distraction, your more, I don't want to say feminine side, but your more feminine aspect, that more creative energy. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. That tends to flourish when you don't have so much garbage going on the other sides of you. So that's a good thing. When you have less to do, you get more creative or more destructive.
You're forced to use that energy in other ways and create outlets for it, even if you're not able to get out there and collaborate with people. You're able to put stuff into a different sort of compartment and use it. I didn't mind being in lockdown. I didn't mind it at all.
I was actually I didn't like the isolation. After a while that gets old, but I didn't really mind it either. I was just shuffling just to, clear up my deck for the next question. And I had 5 of Pentacles and Empress. It's almost like suffering is a really strong catalyst for creativity. And boredom can breed creativity. And what do they say? Necessity is the mother of ingenuity, or whatever.
Invention, yeah.
Or invention, and at the time, the necessity was to stay indoors and not get sick. And what did some people do with their time? you know, some were really creative, some did some research, whatever.
Idle mind is the devil's workshop, but the angel's playground. So you're going to find something you can do, destructive or creative. Choose the creative.
Yeah, choose to build something rather than tear something down.
Yes.
It's more fun to build. Well, no, I shouldn't say it's more fun to build because some people love demolition.
Yeah.
Some people really, really get a kick out of that. But, you know.
And that's not a bad thing either. You know, I was talking about the King of Wands or the King of Wands, a Page of Wands too. He's also the one who wants to take the truck apart to see how it works, even if he can't put it back together. He wants to still take it apart, and so that's a good thing too.
Maybe the page can take it apart. Maybe the king knows how to put it back together.
Yeah, there you go.
That's when the page learns more. That sounds like one of my siblings, well, my brother, when he was little, he used to take apart all of his toy cars, and because he couldn't put them back together, but he wanted to know why it worked, why it would move and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a form of creativity on its own, though, really. Yeah. When it's destruction for a purpose, you're trying to learn something. And so, okay, kind of speaking of Renaissance now. Mona Lisa, we know, was caked, and thankfully she has, I'm just saying, thankfully she has some glass in front of her because, you know,
that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Caked. Well, what else do we call it? And the guy who did it, I mean, he probably had a reason. I know we were talking about that before the stream, and I can't remember what you said, Johnny, what his reasoning might have been.
Oh.
Climate change.
He's protested climate change.
That's a really weird way to go about it.
Yes.
But actually, a viewer asked about this, like why was it attacked and stuff. But what I want to know is why did he pick the Mona Lisa? Maybe there's a reason for that. And why cake, of all things?
Why did he pick it?
Like, is that just what he had on hand? I mean, I prefer cake instead of what, you know, it could have been worse.
So my question is, did he bake the cake or did he buy it at the store?
Did he buy it on the way into, what is it, the Louvre? Is that where she is?
Why did he do that?
Why cake?
Why Mona Lisa and why cake?
Why?
Like, he could have just thrown the cake at like a government office or something, but
I mean, why not dress up like
the
that and then put like scars all over your costume or something?
And like walk around in the Louvre or something. Be the exhibit. Don't ruin the exhibit.
Yes, because that's, I mean, okay.
Oh, Patricia has she has a clean mind, not where my mind went. She said paint would have been worse, thank goodness for the glass. I was thinking more like, you know, stuff that monkeys throw.
I mean, if you're trying to make a statement,
only for Amber Heard.
Why?
It's something personal to him. The Four of Pentacles. This was, it's a negative though. It's not a good personal. It's like a negative thing, like frivolity stuff. You're obsessed over stuff. You're obsessed over. I just still not getting a clear answer why cake. Maybe because he thought maybe it's another one of those things that are frivolous. I don't know. It's something personal to him. He personally probably doesn't like pastry, whatever it is. There's something to him that cake is just, it just, he ain't here for it. He just really ain't here for cake. He didn't throw, a Fabergé egg or anyway, but it's something about frivolity, like people in looking at extremely expensive art while the planet dies type thing. He's trying to actually put forth a message to leaders somehow, maybe the let them eat cake philosophy. But he's trying to say something to the leadership. So why not say something to the leadership?
Why not cake?
Mona Lisa is not the leader. I mean,
throw an egg at it or something. I don't condone doing that, by the way, but like he could have done that.
He just wasn't right. He was not right. He needed a little, he needed some clarity. He needed some clarity in his own head. The Mona Lisa brings joy to people who see it. And that's probably why he chose it. Otherwise, you just can't figure that out because there's a hurting. He's really, really hurting down deep in his soul. And he meant well. His intention was to get our attention, and nobody's happy about it. But it's his storm, his farm, his pig. There's big changes. What he wants. He wants the change in consciousness. He wants us to fix the planet, to purify the planet, to bring it back into health, and that is really what he's looking for, is a healthy earth. And he thought that this was the way to get people to notice, to make a statement, and I guess it worked because we're talking about it.
But we're not talking about climate change. We're talking about what he did.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
too.
like he distracted in a very bad way. What's the little girl? Greta Thunberg, Simpsonberg, whatever her name was. She got the conversation about climate change. He went and had made a conversation about cake and Mona Lisa. It's like maybe he's starting the Renaissance and we just didn't know it. Now he's the catalyst right now.
He's like, come on, let them eat cake.
He's going to be the new cake boss. He's going to have a show on TLC and everything.
And it's going to be called Cake and Your Art and Your Artistic.
He'll be the new Gordon Ramsay. If he doesn't like it, he's going to throw it at you. That's what it is.
It's a new kind of judge.
Bless his heart.
He tried.
You know what? I have that the Mona Lisa, she's very popular. She's a huge tourist attraction. She brings in lots of, helps contribute to all the money the Louvre brings in. And everyone is aware of her. And some people have an emotional attachment to Mona Lisa and these other classic works of art. So, like doing something outrageous like that gets people riled up. He was hoping for that. He kind of sees himself as like a protector, kind of like I don't know why I'm getting the word guardian of the earth. Maybe that's how he sees himself. But it's like, it's so weird though. Because there's like this feeling of, to him, maybe that was good intentions. But it's also like there's a little bit of like him being full of himself, maybe. Thinking like, well, because he wanted that to be memorable. He really wanted that to be memorable. Now, why Kate? This is what he had on hand. That's what pretty much he was offered, and there's the opportunity he was offered, pretty much.
I mean, this is better than pickles and hot
pockets. Someone in the chat makes a really good point. Somebody in the chat said that the room was crowded. He probably needed something he could carry without being stopped. Obviously, you can't carry weapons or whatever into, a place like that. And maybe the cake was just, I don't even think you were allowed food in there. I don't know how he got cake in there. But then again, another thing with
just
cake.
Like this. This is how you do it.
Maybe, oh my God.
That's how he did it.
He had the cake in his boobs.
Yes. Put it in your purse.
But there's also there's kind of mystery around it. He knew people were going to be asking questions. Why cake? Like that just gets more attention to this thing that he's doing.
Oh my God. He carried the cake in his boobs.
I'm just amazed you had an apple in there that whole time.
There's an orange. Apples. I mean.
And an orange. Oh, it's an orange.
You put it next to all the other stuff. Yeah.
Was it
See, I thought only women did that. I thought only women stored things in their boobs. Oh my God. I mean, guys don't carry purses. They got to do something, right?
Oh my God.
That's what you do.
I thought that was just a girl thing, storing things in your boobs.
I got a whole survival kit down
You got a whole pantry in there.
And I don't even like camping.
Oh, that's funny. That actually just made my entire day. That's the funniest bit I've seen all day.
Don't put your phone in there.
No.
Those are dangerous.
Nobody wants a sweaty boob phone.
No Kit Kat. I ate it already.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Oh God.
I ate it already. It's always
Got real hot in here real fast.
It did. Definitely did.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Johnny, you crack me up.
Oh my God.
In the latest episode of Boob Purse, he has an orange and Tim Tams.
It sounds like a show like, what's in the boob? Like, what's in the box? What's behind door number 1?
Oh, well, man. Not on the camera.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that I needed. For some reason, I needed that today. That was so funny. That's why I love these streams.
Yes, it is
the Wonder Bra.
Wonder what's in there. What else is it?
Wonder what's in.
I got an ink pen.
How did that stay in there? That's what I want to know.
And I got a chip clip too, because that's how you keep the Tim Tams clothes. It's like
How is that stuff staying in there?
I have secrets. I got ways.
Okay. You got some magical stuff going on there.
There's compartments and pockets, and then there's like one little person, and they're just the whole things.
Someone in the chat's also wondering how that stayed. It's a mystery. We're gonna leave that for weird
questions. Like little Keebler elves and fairies. That's what's down in there. I got all kinds of stuff.
I'm prepared. Oh my God. That is a lovely thing to close out our stream with, though, for this week. I think we're gonna leave it at that. That was great. I really get a kick out of that.
I can't breathe anymore.
Tony needs some oxygen.
Breathe in your living, so keep us down.
Oh, we had someone in the chat wandered. I think they wandered in by accident. I think they were supposed to go somewhere else. But hello, welcome, and I'm glad you stayed. I don't know what you walked into. Oh, I know what you walked into. I don't know how you feel about it. But I'm glad you're here. Oh, that's funny.
Oh gosh.
They came because they thought the stream was something else, and they stayed for Johnny's magic boob purse.
Oh my gosh.
Now people are wondering what happens when you stand up.
I got this. I know what I'm doing.
I
ain't new. I can turn a cartwheel and ain't nothing gonna move. I can.
Oh God.
Thank you everybody for watching.
It's not Tony this time. It's not Tony this time.
Paisley in the chat says, hey, it's not Tony this time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can do the outro with a straight face. We never do, which is fine. It's not what the stream is for. So, thanks everyone for being here. Remember to go visit Johnny's channel, Tarot's Apprentice. Tony's channel is Shining Hawk Healing. Go visit Shining Hawk Healing. Is it .com? Is that .com? Yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure you order her Oracle deck if you've not already. I know I will be doing that tonight.
Yeah.
Remember to like their content, comment, watch their stuff, and subscribe. And chances are you're already liked and subscribed to me if you're watching it here. But, anyways, thank you so much for being here.
Shopping with you, Johnny.
Just get your vitamin C. Wait, I'll give you some vitamin C. Just get your vitamin C.
Everyone in the chat wants to see a cartwheel. This is going to have to be a special thing on your channel.
Someone in the
chat says a new channel, how to hide content in your boobs.
I ain't giving away the secrets. I learned these in Tibet somewhere. So no.
You're like a guru of storing things.
They never need supplies and they always wear robes. You got something hidden somewhere on you. It's like...
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, thanks everybody for being here. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. We really couldn't do this without you. It wouldn't be as fun without everyone in the chat being goofy along with us. So have a great weekend, everyone.